Hello, kids. I hope you're doing good. This is just a fun fact video. There's nothing attached to it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. There's really nothing to do anyways, because I'm just going to share something with you. It's Good Friday. Traditionally, it relates to, the Easter Holy Week. But I grew up in a family, especially my grandpa on my mom's side, always gardening, big gardens. I had big gardens growing up. As a kid, you hated it because there's nothing worse than having to weed the garden. But as I've gotten older, I've enjoyed gardening. I think it's a good idea. But this activity is going to relate to potatoes. We all like potatoes, French fries, tater tot hot dish. One of my favorite meals. Oh, tater tot hot dish. So good, so good. But anyways, a lot of people traditionally will plant their potatoes on Good Friday. And my grandpa was one of them. He always had to plant potatoes on Good Friday if he could get outside. If he couldn't get outside, he would plant one bucket of potatoes so that he can say that he planted his potatoes on Good Friday. He does it because it was tradition in his family to plant potatoes on Good Friday, according to Mom. Of course, he never really told me why when he was alive, why he did it. He goes, just because you're supposed to plant your potatoes on Good Friday. You didn't ask questions for Grandpa Craig. Anyways, so potatoes, yeah, plant them. If you do any research on it, there's a couple old wives' tales. One of them is that peasants were given the day off on Good Friday. So it was really their only day off. So they planted potatoes on that day. Potatoes do take a little bit of time to grow. So you do need a good season. Some of it relates to, probably not up here, but potatoes like it cool when you plant them. And the ground is usually still kind of soft so that you can easily get the potato into the ground. And then the final one kind of deals with the phases of the moon. Good Friday, there's no moon. Because Easter always falls on that Monday of Easter will be a full moon. So since potatoes grow in the ground, so they're dark, they felt that it needed to be dark so the potato was not exposed to the moon or any light. So you plant them on a no moon. Unlike your vegetables that grow above ground, old wives' tales say you plant on a full moon so that they get the moonlight, because the light apparently is the main idea. Is there any truth to it? Your guess is as good as mine, but you know what? So today I'm going to plant a couple potatoes in a bucket of soil. So, first of all, if you've never planted, you can actually just take a store-bought potato. These are potato seedlings, but you can take a potato. They have eyes. Gotta find where see these eyes here? They have eyes on them. Right here. Like this is an eye. Okay? So, depends on how many you cut. So, I'm gonna cut here. Every chunk that you put in the thing should have an eye. So, this is gonna be a chunk. Ooh. And the more eyes you have here, there's an eye right there. So this potato is going to have a few. I'm going to cut this one. This might be way too many potatoes, but you can never have too many French fries, right? But anyways, so I'm going to cut them in four. So I have all these potatoes right here that I'm going to plant in this bucket. So I am just going to use some dirt I had in the classroom. I have it has some compost in it. So right there, so I've got it moist, ready to go. As you can see, you're probably thinking, well, it's not very full. Well, I'll explain that in a bit. So what I'm going to do here is plant the potatoes. The thing about planting potatoes is extremely easy. You just throw them in, cover them up. All right, so now I'm going to cover them. Nice thing about planting potatoes indoors, you don't have to worry about anything digging them up. So I'm going to plant them here. Now, you kind of want to make sure they get under. Now, not all of them are going to sprout. So, got them all covered. Okay, and the reason why I didn't fill it very full. So as the potato grows, I'm going to add soil. So it's going to continue to produce more potatoes, more potatoes, more potatoes. As long as you're adding soil and as the plant grows, it thinks that, oh, it's not above ground. It's not above ground. You're kind of just playing with the potato to produce more potatoes. So as the summer goes along, I will be watering this, and who knows? I don't know, we'll probably have potatoes by July in the bucket. I don't really remember what brand or what species this was, but we'll see one. So, fun fact for the day, if you wanted to share that with your families, is plant your potatoes on Good Friday. All right, have a good weekend, everyone.